Hi, welcome to week 2. It's Sherry again, and now I'm going to show you some other features of the FLEXWorks site with our Flex Literacy digital experience. So let's first go ahead and log on to our home site, and so here we've got our classes that are here. Remember last week we went ahead and we added the sample class, so I'm going to click on that class today because now I want to look at some of the ways that I can differentiate instruction and how I can monitor the alerts and monitor the progress of my students. So I'm going to click on my sample class, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on Classroom. Now what's happening here is this is the way our digital experience can help communicate with what we do in the print experience. So based on how my students are doing in the digital, you can see I can pull up the classroom, and this is the story that I happen to be reading in the print experience. Now what you'll need to monitor every day if possible is this icon right here. This is our alert icon, and that will let you know what type of differentiation needs to take place. And we're going to dig a little deeper into that, but I just wanted you to be aware of that alert icon. Now when it's time to do some shared reading in your class, this is the icon that you're going to want to click on. And this is going to let you know, your recommended readers. So you can see here I've got student number 15 that's at an 860, and I've got a student 40 who's up to a 1220. So I've got some high readers here which are really good right now. Those are my recommended readers for my story because they'll be able to actually be called upon to read the Bermuda Triangle. Now, some other things that I want to show you, though, have to do with how to manage our students. So here we're on the Classroom tab. Let's go ahead and go over here to Manage Students, because sometimes what we find in the digital experience is that although the students took a placement test, it maybe wasn't their best day. Maybe there's some other circumstances that have come up, and it really didn't place them where they should have been placed in the digital experience. So I've clicked on Manage Students, and now I'm going to go to Student Details. So I'm simply going to click on that, and this will give me every student in my class. It tells me what their highest Lexile score is. It tells me what grade they're enrolled in, their current lesson. But what we want to spend some time on right now is looking at the profile. Let's say I have a student that is not doing very well on the digital experience, or maybe I've got a student that is doing really well and they're complaining that it's too easy. Maybe they didn't take that placement test as seriously as they should have. What you need to do is you actually, as a teacher, you have the power to edit the placement. But I really want to talk to you about this first. You need to make sure you have data to help support this instructional decision that you're about to make. Because remember, this digital experience, that placement test, that really is the student's true instructional level. But if you have other data to support the reason why you can make that change, we absolutely want you to have the power to do that. So I can take a student here and I can scroll down and look and see how they're doing. And let's say I want to take student number, 39, and I want to edit the placement because they're just complaining that it's too easy, and I have data to support me changing it. I can actually change where they're going to enter. So you can see here I can change it to different bands and different lesson numbers of what I want to do. So I want to put them a little bit higher in the program because I have data to support that Lexile band. So I simply click on it, and then I can just click here on the lesson, and I want to start at the beginning of that sequence, so I'll click there, and then I'm going to click Submit. And once I click Submit, that student now will be at a different entry point and start their digital experience with higher activities. But let me caution you here, because we're looking at how the students are doing with growth, any previous data will be lost. So understand that if you make that change and it's appropriate, you will lose that previous data. So you may want to print out some reports and do some other pieces if you have to go ahead and edit the placement, but you will lose that data. So then we come back to our Managed Students, and we've got our student details, and you are ready to go to continue teaching in the print experience, and you're ready to go with how to manage your students and how they're doing with placement.